What is up guys, welcome to the 10opedia. Today I'm gonna be counting down the top 10 entry-level DSLRs 2020. So let's get started. Number 10, Canon Rebel D6 or EOS 1300D. One of the few DSLRs on this list that I wouldn't recommend is the Canon Rebel T6, also known as the Canon EOS 1300D. That's simply because it sells for $400 with a kit lens, a good price, but equal to the newer T7. Although the two are practically identical cameras, the T7 has a 24-megapixel sensor rather than 18 on this D6. So, I don't really see why anyone would buy the D6 kit at its current price. However, you can sometimes find a good deal on the D6 camera that includes a 70 to 300mm zoom alongside the regular kit, making it potentially a very good buy indeed. So, it's really all about price. Number 9, Pentax KP. The 24-megapixel Pentax KP is one of the most advanced DSLRs on this list, positioned just at the edge of entry level. It also has the highest end control layout of all 10 cameras here. You actually get 3 separate dials to change camera settings, which is more than can be said of most $3,000 plus professional cameras. So, why is this camera only at position number 9? It all has to do with value. The Pentax KP is $950 with an 18 to 55mm kit lens, making it double the cost of some other cameras on this list. Number 8, Canon Rebel T7, EOS 2000D. The Canon T7 is one of the newer options on this list, from February 2018, but its specifications already feel outdated. The camera has 24 megapixels, 3 frames per second shooting, and a 9-point autofocus system. It doesn't have a touchscreen or a tilt flip screen for taking pictures at tricky angles. However, it sells for just $400, which is a good value overall. Number 7, Canon 77D, EOS 9000D. For the same reason that the Pentax KP is placed at number 9, the Canon 77D, EOS 9000D sits at number 7. It is an advanced camera with an impressive control layout, and it includes almost all of Canon's newest features as well. But it costs $850, which makes it the second most expensive on this list. The 77D sports an excellent 45-point autofocus system in the viewfinder, and it has a tilt-flip touchscreen, whereas the Pentax KP has a tilt-only screen without touch sensitivity. Perhaps even more important is that the 77D includes Canon's famous dual-pixel autofocus to focus quickly and accurately via the rear LCD screen. It also has Canon's newest 24-megapixel sensor for excellent quality images. Unfortunately, the $850 price is a steep asking point. Number 6, Canon Rebel T6i, 750D. One solid value in Canon's lineup of entry-level DSLRs today is the Rebel D6i, EOS 750D, released in February 2015. Perhaps because of this camera's age, Canon has been putting some impressive discounts on the D6i, which now sells for just $560 with a kit lens, though you won't always be able to find it selling new with lens, probably because Canon's inventory is being replaced with the newer T7i and now the T8i. This camera ticks a lot of the right boxes: 24-megapixel sensor, 19 autofocus points, 5 FPS shooting, and a tilt-flip touchscreen. The T6i does not have dual-pixel AF, however, which does harm its prospects for video. And keep in mind that the 24-megapixel sensor is Canon's older version, which doesn't perform quite as well as its competition in low light. Number 5, Canon Rebel T7i, EOS 800D. Every camera from here on out is what I'd consider a really good buy for the typical consumer. Even though the Canon Rebel T7i, EOS 80D ranks 5th, it's one of the most balanced cameras on the market and offers some pretty impressive features. For example, the T7i matches the 77D in essentially every single specification, aside from the advanced control layout, and yet it costs $150 less at $700. At that price, you get all of Canon's bells and whistles, including the new 24-megapixel sensor, dual-pixel AF, and 45 autofocus points. These specifications are versatile enough to be used for anything from landscape photography to sports and theater performances. I would put the T7i higher on the list, but the $700 price range is popular for entry-level DSLRs, so there's a lot of competition here. Number 4, Nikon D50 Next up is the Nikon D50 which is perhaps the best entry-level DSLR available today. That said, the D50 is essentially the camera Canon copied with the T7i. The Nikon came out first, November 2016 versus February 2017, and between the two, it's slightly better overall. The Canon T7i shoots 6 fps rather than the 5 fps on this camera, but the D50-600's better autofocus means it's still the slightly better camera for action photography. Beyond that, the two cameras are quite similar, but the D50-600 weighs less, 465 versus 532 grams, and has a better battery life, 970 versus 600 photos. So if you're looking for the best autofocus system on this list, arguably the best camera sensor, a great lineup of native lenses, a tilt-flip touchscreen, and a lightweight kit overall, the D50-600 is an excellent choice. Number 3 Pentax K70. If you want a combination of top build quality, advanced controls, and a tilt-flip screen, look no further than the Pentax K70. This is an excellent and overlooked camera for beginners, and it's a good value at $700. With a 24-megapixel sensor, 11 viewfinder autofocus points, and 6 fps shooting, the K70 is a highly capable camera with few downsides. It even has hybrid AF and live view, similar to Canon's dual-pixel AF and great for video shooters. Any issues with the K70 depend upon your personal requirements, including how much you are willing to invest in a smaller DSLR company. Canon and Nikon are certainly more established names in the camera business, with a larger camera and lens lineup should you wish to upgrade in the future. At the same time, Pentax now has two full-frame cameras, the K1 and K1 Mark II, with larger sensors and the company's most advanced features, so you still have an upgrade path with this camera. Still, for photographers who put a priority on build quality and an advanced control layout, the Pentax very well could be the top camera for you. Number 2 Nikon D3500. Nikon's D3000 lineup is arguably the best value for a DSLR today, and the D3500 is an excellent continuation of the previous versions. Because of its extremely good price, this is often the first DSLR I recommend to everyone who wants a new camera. The D3500 is a mere $400 with a kit lens, at least at the time of posting this video. What's more, the D3500's 24-megapixel camera sensor is excellent, the same as on the D50-600, which is perhaps the best APS-C sensor on the market today. If image quality is all you care about, the D3500 is equal to or better than every other camera on this list, not a small feat considering its low price. In that case, why isn't it ranked number 1? A few things. First, although the D3500's image sensor is fantastic, cameras are about more than just a sensor. Other factors like ease of use, autofocus system, screen quality, and so on, also play a role. These are all areas where the D3500 sometimes falls behind the competition. Number 1 Canon Rebel SL3, 250D. The top camera on this list is also the newest, the Canon SL3, EOS 250D. It's a great camera, and tremendous fun to use. The SL3 is tiny and lightweight, yet the grip is still comfortable, and it has some of Canon's most advanced features, including the newer 24-megapixel sensor. Main features? The SL3 has an excellent touchscreen LCD, with a full range of tilting motion for easy composition, like the Nikon D50-600. And the 24-megapixel sensor is Canon's newest, with excellent image quality, though it still lags slightly behind Nikon in low light for the technically minded, no more than one stop of difference at high ISOs. Video users also will be happy to hear that the SL3 has dual-pixel autofocus, the least expensive Canon camera to include it. So, that is the end of the list. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing top 10s.